So you're with Navy Federal, but you want to make sure that you don't get denied by the house of high limits. I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now, even with bad credit, how to not get denied with Navy Federal and get approved for all of those high limits everybody be raving about, all right? So in this video, let's go ahead and dive in so we can get you a high limit credit product. So with that being said, let's dive in. With Navy Federal, one of the first things that they actually look at is your internal score. And if some of you aren't aware about your internal score is kind of like a credit score just with that bank alone, i.e. Navy Federal. It's so important that it can either make or break whether you get approved for a product or not. It's just not your credit score alone with these guys. You have to remember that Navy Federal is very relationship based. Even if you have bad credit, they still want you to have some type of relationship with them. So even if you knock this off the list right here, you're already increasing your chances by at least 30%. So with that being said, I know you're wondering where you can get your internal score from. You can actually get your internal score from by calling up and actually talking to a representative. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this is from my experience. Sometimes when you call the representatives, they be trying to act like they don't know what you're talking about. Like I've literally called numerous times back to back and ask, hey, what is my internal score? Either I get, I don't know what you're talking about, I can't access that, or I get a bunch of rambling. But there are certain representatives that actually know how to access your internal score, but it's still going to be beneficial for you because at the end of the day, if you know where you are internal wise, you know whether you can get approved or actually denied. You don't want to be on that fence when it's all about the underwriters. So your internal score is extremely important because it's all about relationship-based banking. Sometimes you can also send them a message through your portal, and in a lot of other situations, you can actually, let's just say you did kind of already get denied by something. Once you get your denial letter, it'll actually show you your internal score. So again, once you get that internal score, it will show you where you are as far as a relationship with Navy Federal. And again, make sure you hold on to that because that's going to become very important in the future. Now, let's talk about how to improve your internal score. The first thing that you can do is go ahead and set up direct deposit. Man, Navy Federal loves direct deposits. You hear me? I'm telling you. Let's just say that you're main banking with Wells Fargo, Chase, or any of these other credit unions out here. Just go ahead and switch it to Navy Federal if you're trying to get a high limit credit card. That's the first thing I want you to do. You can always transfer it back and things of that nature. You don't have to keep it permanent if you don't want to. But who knows? You might enjoy it. So the first thing I want you to do is switch around your banks and make sure that direct deposit is going into your Navy Federal account. The second thing I want you to do, I want you to avoid negative balance. Boy, please avoid these at all costs. Please, Navy Federal does not enjoy negative balances. So if you keep anything zero balance, -$3, I don't care if it's -2 cents, do not do it. Always keep a positive balance, please, because it shows financial immaturity, and especially with somebody that's all about relationship banking, they want to make sure that you can actually pull through when it comes to actually keeping money into your actual account, especially if you have direct deposit going in there, because the underwriters will actually take a look at your actual account and see how your spending goes and what's going in and what's going out. So avoid those negative balances. Another thing, if you also want to increase your internal score, another dope thing that you can do is you can get a pledge loan. I actually have an actual video that actually talks about the pledge loan, but just to recap real quick, a pledge loan is something that you can get with Navy Federal. It's like a secured savings loan. It's basically like you putting money into a loan and it actually shows up on your credit account as an actual loan itself. It's a soft pull. They're not going to hard pull your credit or anything like that. This is a major gem and a major credit hack that all of us use all the time. So you can actually gain an actual pledge loan and you can actually put this on your credit report, and Navy Federal takes a liking to this because they actually see that you're actually trying to boost your credit score on your own. Does that make sense? But if you want more details, click the link in my bio and actually go to that pledge loan video. I promise you, major game changer. Let's just say you did get a denial letter. It's not the end all be all, and sometimes it's kind of like a cheat sheet to help you get better for the next time. It's actually become more like a study guide. With Navy Federal's denial letters, they actually tell you what you need to work on to actually get approved. For example, I actually got a hold to a denial letter, and with this applicant, it shows that they actually needed to decrease their utilization. Of course, People say 30% or lower, but I need you to have it between 0 and 4%. Delete collections on credit report and limit negatives. Come on, guys. Even if you have bad credit, try to clean it up as best as you can. If you have X amount of collections, X amount of negatives, try to clean it up. If you have 8, try to get it to 3, try to get it to 2. Things of that nature, while you're still building a relationship with Navy Federal. And I promise you, this is gonna increase your chances because you're increasing your what? Internal score. And of course, it also talks about recent inquiries. So that basically means that you maybe wanna wait a couple of months before reapplying. Just another credit tip, Navy Federal is credit inquiry sensitive. So if you just applied for something and they pulled your TransUnion, because Navy Federal 9 times out of 10 will pull your TransUnion depending where you are in the United States, and you just applied for something maybe like a month or 2 ago, Navy Federal actually takes that into account, and if they say, well, they're going over here, why do they want something over here? So just be mindful of that. So if you applied for something and hit your TransUnion last month, try to get it another month and a half. Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Try to give it like 3 or 4 months. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let that inquiry kind of season a little bit. You want to limit all of your negative possibilities. All right. So just listen to How to Credit. Just limit all of that. I'm telling you. Another thing that you can do while you're actually trying to, let's just say, either clean up your credit, build your internal score, and things of that nature, you can get another credit booster on your credit report before applying. This is gonna easily help you get approved. So let's just say that you got Stellify, or you got Kickoff, or you got Kovo, or any of these other credit boosters that I've told you about, Cheese Credit, anything like that. With these credit boosters, this is going to actually put a line of credit, a secure savings loan, etc. on your credit report before applying. So it's thickening your credit profile. And let's just say that you got the pledge loan all at the same time. So it's gonna show all of these different credit products on your actual credit report, and they're gonna show all positive standings. So with that being said, with the underwriter with Navy Federal, they're going to see that you're actually taking into account that your credit is important, and you just want to actually tack on and add another notch to your belt by adding Navy Federal's high credit products. So it's actually a finesse in itself. So you're not only finessing the credit bureaus by boosting your credit, you're actually finessing Navy Federal just a little bit, tweaking your credit score a little bit just so it looks sexy, so they can go ahead and approve you. So let's just say that you just opened your account, or your account has just been inactive with no activity, really not too much going on because you really don't have any credit products. I would say even give it at least 2 months of money going in and coming out, and then I would say pull the trigger on trying to get a specific product, such as the Go Rewards or the flagship card. Let's just say, like, again, like you took all the steps, you got these credit boosters, you got a pledge loan, you've been boosting your internal score, things of that nature. Now you're ready to go ahead and try to pull the trigger. Hold your horses, hold your horses. Make sure that those direct deposits is coming in and out. Get like four direct deposits if you get paid every 2 weeks or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like just let it season just a little more. Let it stay in that crock pot and brew just a little more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling you, because I had it was actually a friend that actually did this. They actually got into Navy Federal and they thought it was sweet just because they had an okay credit score, and they just did direct deposit. As soon as they applied for the Go Rewards, they instantly got denied. So that's why I try to tell people, just wait 2 months or more. I promise you, the credit products are not going nowhere. I promise you. It's just gonna sweeten the deal even more, and that will guarantee you victory. So to recap, use relationship banking and direct deposits as the foundation. Then make sure that your credit is an average or better, and even use credit boosters to make your credit profile look even better. And give it like 1 or 2 months of money going in and out, and you will have that high limit credit card, high loan, whatever that you're trying to get in your possession in no time. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Now, I promise you, this is going to be the last time that you get denied by Navy Federal, if not ever, all right? So go ahead and get their products. And until next time, ladies and gents.